Hey guys, today we're going to go over week 19 decimal operations. We're going to go over the examples for this on your homework and on your upcoming quiz next week. Number one, estimate 53 and 283 thousandths minus 49 and 55 hundredths by first rounding each number to the nearest whole number. So I'm going to round to the nearest whole, to the nearest one. Okay. 53 point, we look to the right. 5 or higher, we would round this up. 4 or lower, we ignore. So we round this to 53 because it's followed by a 2. 49.5, we don't care about this 5, just this 5. 49.5 rounds up to 50. So 53 minus 50 is 3. First round, that's key. Don't subtract, then round first. Layla gave $5.34 to one friend and $7 to another friend. Find the total amount she gave to the two friends. The total amount to both. So we're going to add those two numbers. So anytime we add with decimals, we line up the decimals vertically. I could put either number on top, it doesn't really matter. The answer is $12.34. Always ask if it makes sense. Close to 5, close to 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. That's pretty close to that. Okay, subtract. 78 minus 57.64. Now 78, there is a decimal here, so we need to put the decimal after. So now that we have it set up like that, we want to make sure we annex some zeros here. If you don't annex those zeros, you're going to be in trouble. So we can't do 0 minus 4. We need to borrow. Borrow from here. 10 minus 4. 9 minus 6, 7 minus 7, 7 minus 5. And we bring the decimal straight down. They're all lined up vertically. 20 and 36 hundredths. Ask if that makes sense. That's close to 80. That's close to 60. 80 minus 60 is 20. There you go. Okay, compute. 5 plus 4 and 36 hundredths minus 2 and 9 tenths plus 1 and 4 tenths. Order of operations. We look for any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Multiplying or dividing? No. Add and subtract? Now we add and subtract from left to right. So we're going to add, then we're going to subtract, then we're going to add. So let me do this up a little higher. I can just do each step one at a time. 5.00 plus 4.36, and I added those zeros, 0.00 to the end. 9 and 36 hundredths. Okay, we're done with that part. Minus 2 and 9 tenths. So again, line up your decimal. Annex a 0. Gotta borrow. 6 and 46 hundredths. Now I'm going to add 1 and 4 tenths. Again, always line up our decimals when you add or subtract. 7 and 86 hundredths. Let's go back and check to make sure that's reasonable. 5 plus 4 is 9, minus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. That's pretty close to 7. All right, that's 1 through 4 in your homework. Number 5, the price of an item has been reduced by $7.08. The new sale price is $41.06. What was the original price? Okay, so we know it's been reduced, so it's gone down, and now it's this. So the original price had to be higher than this because this is a sale price. So we're not going to subtract these, we're going to add these. So let's line up our decimals vertically. I'm just going to do it right here on what's already written. Bring the decimal straight down. Add them up, $48.14. Make sure that makes sense. The price of an item has been reduced, so it was that. It's been reduced that much, and now it's that. Makes sense. Multiply. Okay, so we're going to ignore our decimals to the end. Okay, if you want to do your lattice method, you can, but I'm just going to do the good old-fashioned this times that, that times that, that times that. Now, it might be easier for me to flip these and put that on the bottom, but I'm just going to do it as it's shown here. Lots of methods. 9 times 302 is that. 50 times 302 is 6 times 302, or 600, 2 zeros. Now I have to add these together. Now I'm not doing a great job keeping it lined up vertically. Okay, so now that I have this, this is not my answer. Now I have to pay attention to my decimals. So I moved my decimal over 2 spots there and 1 more spot there, so I moved my decimal 3 spots total. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to move it over 1, 2, 3. 3 from the right. So my answer should be 199 and 18 thousandths. Now just to make sure, let me go back to the original. That's close to 3, that's close to 60. 3 times 60 is 180. My answer should be close to that. It is. It's a little bigger than that, which is good. Okay, moving on, question 7. We're going to multiply these two numbers. So again, ignore your decimal to the end. And I'm going to, I can write it in either order. I'll write it as it is. So 5 times 52 is all I'm going to do. And then I know I need to move the decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and I can put a bunch more zeros over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is 0 and 26 thousandths, or 0 and 260 ten thousandths. This last 0 doesn't matter. You could have it, you don't need it. Okay, this is a hard one to estimate in my head. 5 thousandths times 5 is going to be about 25 thousandths. Yeah, it's about that. Okay, what's the average of 30 and 77? The number that's in between those two. I know it's going to be in the 40s or 50s. Well, 50s probably. So let's add those two together. 30 plus 77, and then I'm going to divide by 2. 30 plus 77 is 107 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 107. 2 does not go into 1. 2 does go into 10. 2 goes into 7 3 times with the remainder of 1. So in the past we've said it's 53 remainder 1, or 53 and 1 out of 2, 53 and a half. But now I know I can make this 107 107.0. So since I'm annexing that 0, this decimal comes straight up. Now 2 goes into 10 5 times. 2 times is 10 with no remainder. So I could keep annexing zeros and keep going, but it's just going to be 0, 0, 0 forever. So the answer is 53.5. 53 and 5 tenths, which is the same as 53 and a half. Make sure it makes sense. 53 and a half, yeah, it's halfway between that. Okay, question 9. 26 hundredths goes into 6 and 63 hundredths. It's okay if we have a decimal in here, we cannot have a decimal out here. So I'm going to multiply them both. I'm going to bounce the decimal over 2 spots. I bounce it over 2 here, so I'm going to bounce it over 2 here, and that's where the decimal's going. So if I need to keep going, it's going to be there. Okay. I prefer to rewrite this. That way it's not so sloppy. 26 goes into 6 0 times. 26 goes into 66 2 times. Work this out off to the side. 66 minus 52 is 14. Bring down the 3. 26 into 143, I don't know. 26 is close to 25 though, which are quarters. 5 quarters is 125, 6 quarters is 150, so it's got to be 5. 130. Remainder 13. Okay. Now I don't have anything to bring down, so I'm going to annex that 0 we talked about. Oh, here we go, look, 130 again. We just said it's 5 times. No remainder, so I don't have to keep going. 25.5. Okay, so basically how many quarters are in $6.50? About 25 quarters. Last question. In the past month, Austin rented one video game and 3 DVDs. The rental price for the video game was $3.40 for that one video game. The rental price for each DVD, all 3 of them, was $5.20 each. What is the total amount that Austin spent on video games and DVD rentals in the past month? Okay, so we could work this out in a lot of ways. I'll just do the DVDs over here, and I'll do the video games over here, and then we'll add the 2 prices together. Okay, so there were 3 DVDs, and each DVD was $5.20. So $5.20 times 3. Or I could do repeated addition if I wanted. Ignore the decimal at the end, move it over 2 spots. So $15.60 on DVDs. That makes sense. Each one was about $5. One video game, which was $3.40. So I could do $3.40 times 1. We know anything times 1 is itself. So $3.40 on video games, $15.60 on DVDs. So now we just have to add those 2 together. Line up our decimals vertically. My answer is $19, which totally makes sense. Okay, that's how you do this week's homework. Do your best, good luck, get multiple attempts. Let's do well this week.